Greetings folks, and I hope you have goblins aplenty wherever you are in collecting land. And welcome back to the channel for another 1/6 scale figure preview. So today, yes, it's the big day, and Kaustic Plastik, to coincide I think probably with the San Diego Comic-Con, have gone and put up the pre-orders for their Jareth figure, aka David Bowie, from the 1986 Jim Henson fantasy that is Labyrinth. But before we dive in and take a look at the photos, I would like to send a Labyrinth-sized shout out to everybody who has supported the channel. And please drop a like and hype on this video as it helps other people find Go Figure. And if you haven't already, be sure to mash that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing any of the 1/6 scale previews, reviews, news, tours, showcases, and all that other great stuff that we have coming up. And a bit of a caveat here, folks, before we dive into the photos. Now, as regulars to the channel will know, I absolutely love Kaustic Plastik, love their work. I think they're one of the best 1/6 scale figure manufacturers out there in the marketplace at the moment. Love just about everything they do. But boy, have they made this one complicated. Now, call me old, which I am, call me slow, but if they could have made this this order any more difficult, I don't think they would have managed it. We have, I believe, and I've got to refer to my notes here, I think we've got in total almost 8 different variations going on here, including the Hoggle and the Goblin Warrior itself. We have multiple iterations over Deluxe and 13th hour version with exclusive and gold versions, which gives you, as I said before, 8 different sets of stuff to go at here. It is phenomenally complicated. I know I'm old, I know I'm slow, but Jesus Christ on a bike, could this be more difficult? The culmination of all this is that we have about 32 photos for each individual figure that's been announced, which are somewhere in excess of 100 photos. So to look at all those would take literally a day and a half. So we won't be going through all the photos, but what we will be doing is taking a look at what comes with each individual version before we dive into the photos themselves. And I'm also going to say at this point, I do love David Bowie, huge fan of his work, loved his music, loved his movies since I was yay high. But in 1986, when this movie was released, Mr. Go Figure was more interested in things like The Fly and Aliens than he was about some cute Muppet-esque characters running around a maze. But that being said, I still think this is looking phenomenal, but don't take my word for it. Let's dive in and take a look at the photos. And as I mentioned there, we're going to take a look at the rundown, the breakdown first. And this is unusual for a Go Figure preview. Normally we would just dive in at the photos and then take a look at what comes with each individual item at the end. But in this case, I'm going to make an exception to try and make it less complicated. And a huge shout out as well to Tim Harvey over at the Kaustic Plastik Facebook group for actually giving us a legible breakdown and taking the time to actually break this down for us people who are in our twilight years so we can understand it. But yeah, first one up is they're calling this the Deluxe edition. I've seen it referenced as the standard edition. It's basically the figure itself. It's I'm going to call it the standard edition because otherwise I will just get lost in a labyrinth of confusion. But yeah, what you're getting here is the head sculpt with the rollable eyes and rooted hair. Body itself, obviously, interchangeable hands that we'll get to. Black trousers, real leather jacket, Goblin King scepter, bracelet, crystal orb, 3 linked crystal orbs, and the magnetic stand as well. There. Quick word on this head sculpt. You're going to hear this a lot in this preview, probably more times than you care to remember. I think we're looking at quite possibly one of the best head sculpts ever produced in 1/6 scale. I'm going to put my neck on the chopping block here. I think we're looking at a possible figure of the year, quite easily figure of the year, a grail piece, and possibly the best head sculpt ever, but we will get to that. Just look at that. I'm going to let the pictures talk for themselves on this one. Well, I'm not going to let the pictures talk for themselves because I will talk, I'll talk your ears off given half the chance, but phenomenal head sculpt. Let's just put that to bed straight away. That rooted hair, they've changed the color, as I think, or at least I think they have, as I mentioned in the previous video there. More orange in the in some of the teaser shots that we saw earlier this year. It's gone more to that strawberry blonde, which I think is more screen accurate. The head sculpt, superb. The eye makeup, the skin tones and textures, which we're going to cover obviously, but absolutely amazing, unmistakably David Bowie, and probably one of the most lifelike 1/6 scale head sculpts I've ever seen. But and I've been collecting a while. But let's zip on to the next version. The next version is the exclusive edition. Now we get to see this monstrous diorama, and we know and love Kaustic Plastik for their epic diorama displays, and they've not let us down here. We have got the Labyrinth itself. I think is it based on the Escher stairs that go the wrong way? I think it's Escher who designed those. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comment section if I am. But it would have been nice to see a staircase going the wrong way on this. But that's me just being fussy. But yeah, we'll get to the details on that. What do you get with the exclusive edition? Well, head sculpt with rolling eyes. It's basically the figure, so we won't go through that. It's the figure that we just looked at here. What is different here is you are getting baby Toby, who is semi-articulated. You're getting this monstrous magnetic diorama, and you are, it doesn't actually mention here whether you are getting the goblin. Now, oh, it does. Excuse me. Yeah, confused. It's late here at Chateau Go Figure. You're getting the armored goblin warrior, baby Toby, and this magnetic display base. This magnetic display base looks stunning, I have to say. I'm going to assume it's polystone, which is pretty much, or resin, which is pretty much how Kaustic Plastik do their bases. It just looks great. There is a smaller version of this, which we're going to get to, which figures in one of the other editions. But overall, I think it looks wonderful. As I say, hint of those Escher stairs there. You've got the Labyrinth, Jim Henson's Labyrinth plaque at the front there. You've got this door at the back here, and we're going to get to that because this, I believe this door is magnetically operated, and it's going to be magnetically equipped for attaching the figures as well. Where those magnets are going to be, it's going to be interesting. Are we going to have any on these steps? Looks like we might have, or is he just freestanding there? Or is it just in this section at the front here? Be interesting to find out when this thing actually drops, but overall stunning. The paint applications to make it look like stone, on point. The detailing in the sculpting around the top there, the weathering, all nailed on. So on to the next version. Now, this is the deluxe version. Now, once again, you're getting the full Jareth figure. And you're getting the Goblin Warrior. But with this version, you are getting the slightly smaller doorway, I think he said confidently. It says magnetic stand, which I'm assuming is the circular one, which we'll get to, which will come with pretty much all of these editions, I'm certain. But I believe that you're getting just this doorway rather than the full diorama itself, which I think is great because depending on the space you've got in your collection, and I know mine is at a premium, these whopping great diorama bases from Kaustic Plastik are beautiful, but they have got an enormous footprint. So if you're looking for something a little bit smaller, maybe the deluxe edition is the way to go for you. But yeah, just looks like that doorway that we saw previously, that center section, once again with Labyrinth on the front. And while we're here, let's talk proportions on this Jareth figure. Stunning, amazing, perfection in my opinion. We'll talk about the outfit as we go through the rest of the photos, but the fact that they're using real leather, the fact that it is incredibly screen accurate, and I've mentioned this more times than I care to remember, Kaustic Plastik soft goods are some of the best in the business, in my opinion. So I have no doubt that outfit will be absolutely on point. And this little guy, the Goblin Warrior, looks great as well. So next version. Right, now this is the 13th hour edition. So what you're getting here now is that we're not seeing in any of the other versions is the King's Cloak. Obviously we're seeing this on the figure here, and that's pretty much the only difference in this version of the 13th hour version, if that makes any kind of sense at all. This cloak looks stunning. I'm assuming it's going to be wired, judging by what we're seeing here. You've got that super shiny, beautiful blue interior going on, which is screen accurate. The high collar there, the bits that fall down. Now, are they going to be leather? I'm not 100% certain, but boy, do they look effective. And I think, you know, for me, if I was just picking up the figure on its own, it would have to be this version just for the cape. I think that cape is spectacular, and it's even tattered and weathered around the ends there. So on to the next version. The next version is the another version of the 13th hour edition, but this one comes with this beautiful magnetic diorama. Completely different from the version that we've already looked at here. What we've got here is that sort of desolate look that figures in certain parts of the film. You've got the dead tree in the background with the hanging clock on there as well. Now, magnetic, as with the previous one, you've got this sort of soil thing going on and then the tree in the background. And it looks like to the left there are some individual rocks as well, but you do get the baby Toby with this version, but this is pretty much the standard figure plus the cape plus the tree magnetic diorama. I think that is a spectacular look if that's the one that you want to go for. And as I said before, if you're a bit limited in display space, which I know I am, I can make space, but sometimes it's just it's the bane of the collector's life. Pre-orders and space. On to the next one. Now we are looking at the 13th hour exclusive edition. Differences here between the previous one, none other than, as far as I can tell, you get Hoggle the dwarf. We're going to get to Hoggle with some close-ups of him, but yeah, essentially the previous one there with cape, with Hoggle. Next, what have we got? Right, this is where it gets even more interesting, because you can do mix and match if you want. So if you picked up the standard edition but you want a Hoggle to go with him, they're selling the Hoggle separately as well. What does he come with? Well, yeah, obviously you get Hoggle himself, the head sculpt, rooted hair, obviously throughout with all these figures. It's the Maestro line, semi-articulated body, the sprayer, the peach, bracelet, and a magnetic stand, which I'm going to assume is the standard issue circular magnetic caustic plastic base that we always see. So you can get Hoggle separately, and if you're wanting a Goblin Warrior to add to any other of the variants as well, you can do that with this guy, the Goblin Warrior being sold separately as well. And as with Hoggle, semi-articulated, helmet with opening visor, which we're going to take a look at, battle staff, and once again replete with the standard issue base. So I will pause for breath and sit back. Those are, as far as I can tell, and don't take this as gospel, check out the Kaustic Plastik website. Those are the different variants. As I mentioned at the top there, I have selected a handful of photos out of all those variants so we can take a look at some of the details. We're not going to be trawling through all 100 plus of them. So let's kick off with Jareth himself, aka David Bowie. Obviously, this is the cape version here. We've got the exclusive edition, and yeah, I'm absolutely blown away here. Just when I think Kaustic Plastik can't impress me any more than they already have done, they do. It was always looking amazing, this figure, even from the early teaser shots, but the finished product, I've got to say, is something spectacular. And as I also mentioned at the top there, I was not the biggest fan of this movie, didn't really get on board with it. However, I think as a piece of 1/6 scale art, and as something that is just that well done, I think I am going to have to get fully involved with this one. But yeah, beautiful. That outfit, fantastic sculpting on there. Screen accuracy is there in abundance. That hair, that unique hairstyle that David Bowie sported as Jareth, brilliant, absolutely beautiful. We've even got the crystals here that he plays with, and overall, that's just stunning as far as I'm concerned. We'll get closer to that head sculpt. We've got one of him here once again in the cape with the diorama in the background. Any one of these photos, in my opinion, you could, if you took out the detailing on here, these could be stills from the movie or promotional shots for the movie. It is that good. Yes, folks, this is going to be another KP Gush Fest. on to the next. We've got a beautiful one here with the Escher style stairs in the background, yeah, just looks phenomenal. Proportions are nailed on. Kaustic plastic bodies, pretty much every single one I've had has been 100% spot on, so we're pretty much guaranteed fantastic articulation. Those tights look great, those boots look beautiful, the creasing in those boots, that sort of chest plate section, all nailed on. We'll zip on to the next here. Now, included this shot so we can just look at some of the details. Obviously we've covered the magnetic boots that are going to attach him to the stand. Now, the real leather jacket, this is chef's kiss to KP on this one. This whole sort of jacket stroke breastplate type arrangement here is done in real leather, and I'm going to lean in here, yeah. Finely tailored real leather for authentic texture and premium quality. And we've got the separate eyeball rolling system, pretty much standard with most 1/6 scale figures today, but there is a caveat with that, and we're going to come to that, and we've talked about that rooted hair. So on to the next shot, a close-up of this head sculpt. Now, as I said at the top there, I don't think I have seen anything better than this in 1/6 scale as far as head sculpts go. Unmistakably David Bowie, unmistakably Jareth. That is frighteningly good. From the tone of the lipstick that he wore in the movie, to the creasing in the faces, the lines around the nose area, the high cheekbones that Bowie had, those unmistakable eyes, and they've caught the eye makeup perfectly there, with the tailoring the corners of the eyes up and the eyebrows themselves up, and then the white eye makeup in between. The eyes spot on. That is faultless as far as I'm concerned, and I've seen a lot of head sculpts in my time. So on to the next, another close-up. Yeah, that just is, how Kaustic Plastik, what black magic of Kaustic Plastik employed to pull this one off, I don't know, but leaning in here, we've even got crow's feet around those eyes there. There's even detailing under the eyes there. I'm not saying they're bags, but those little signs where other lesser companies would leave these areas smooth. There's even fine crow's feet in the corner of the eyes there. The eye colour, absolutely spot on. Just unbelievable. And we can see the quality of that leathering as well, the leather work rather, in that jacket. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I am amazed, as you can tell. Just absolutely stunned. That one speaks for itself. That is just beautiful. That's the exclusive edition. Included this one so we can get an idea of the proportions. What are we looking at? Well, it's 12 inches tall, pretty much standard fare for your 6 scale action figure, but we can also see the standard magnetic base here that's going to be coming with all versions of this. Once again, it's that circular plastic base, says Labyrinth on the front, and it's got a stone effect going on. It's great to see this not actually a sticker, because historically it's been, well, I'll say it's a sticker, been sort of more embedded in the top of the base itself. Great to see we've got this sort of rock effect going on the top. And as always, I will shout the praises, scream the praises of Kaustic Plastiks magnetic bases. Some of the best out there. Very simple, yet super effective. Yeah, incredibly strong magnets, big magnets, simple design, and it does what it says on the tin, which a lot of magnetic bases have not done in the past. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That looks great. Now these eyes. Well, before we get to the eyes themselves, let's talk about the detailing here that we've just mentioned. The furrows in the forehead there, if you can see those. The reddening in the corner of the eyes there. Those crow's feet that we've already talked about. That, even this close-up, that is frighteningly good. And to add to the authenticity here, we have got these real crystal eyes going on. Now, I think this is the first time that Kaustic Plastik have done this. This is a new one. And as you can see on the right-hand side here, we're not using plastic, we're using crystal in the eyes. This is probably what he's giving them, that frighteningly real look. And I think it's just great, a great thing to see that Kaustic Plastik are pushing the boundaries here in mainstream 6-scale collecting. They're trying new things, going in different directions. I know some other high-end companies have produced similar things with magnetic movement and all manner of stuff like that. But I think this is possibly the first time we've seen it in a mainstream company. Yeah, read the blurb at the bottom there. I'm not going to sit and go through it, but it's just a breakdown of the technology and the resulting realism that you get with this kind of crystal eye rather than the standard eye, and I think it looks great. And we'll see them in action here, looking off to one side. We've got the magnetic tree base in the background there with the clock on it. And once again, at the risk of sounding like a cracked record, that is stunning. Yeah, eyes off to the left there. That purse system in full effect and just amazing. Even down to the pores in the skin there. This is looking simply amazing. We've got a detailing on the back of the cape there. We're looking at it from the back of the magnetic stand. We're seeing the detailing on the back there, and that cloak looks superb. You've got that sort of bone-like structure in in between the shoulder blades there, which stretches out over the shoulders. That's screen accurate, and that cape looks phenomenal. And I just love these photos as well with the lighting. Very nicely done, Kaustic Plastik. That one there. As I say, I've sort of hand-picked some of my favourites out of these. I think that is beautiful. That would look superb in anybody's display. Even if you just go for the exclusive version with the tree and the cape, you're going to have something very, very special in your collection. On to the next. Now we've got him with Hoggle for the first time. So let's talk Hoggle. We've got some more photos of him coming. Proportions on point, yeah, just about the right height, coming up to waist height, huge head. The costume looks absolutely on point as well. That mini waistcoat on top of the drawstring shirt, the little pants going on and the boots, all looks present and correct. So let's zip on and see if we can't get close up to him. This is absolutely stunning again. I'm so lost for words here. That is amazing. Hoggle, wrinkled, all the detailing on there, absolutely excellent. Yeah, I can't fault it. Even down to the tiniest little details on that sort of strap type belt thing going across there. Let's have a look at another one, close up of the face. I don't know whether you've used the same crystal system in the eyes here. It looks like they may have to me. You've got that reddening in the corners there. The detailing, the hint of shadow going on there, the pores in the skin, all the wrinkles, even down to the orange eyebrows. Chef's kiss. The hands, beautifully done. Yeah. Another thing that I always say about Kaustic Plastik, have some of the best hands in the business, and they look phenomenal. One of them in the forest there, loving that background. Yeah, I'm assuming the semi-articulation is in the arms, and maybe the head moving, but that looks beautiful, and that's the exclusive edition. Yeah, we've got him there on the stand, looking great. Another one here of him pointing, even down to the bracelets there, the pipes, the keys. Beautifully done, absolutely beautifully done. And another close-up of the face on the exclusive edition there. That hair, the Maestro hair, beautiful. Now we're on to the Goblin Warrior. Relatively straightforward, this guy. The armor's done really, really well, I think. You've got that weathering on there. He's carrying the club. The armor looks great. The red undershirt looks great as well. And we also have a fully functioning mask. So his mask lifts up, and you can see his rather unpleasant face underneath there, which has got those sort of pink and brown hues going on. So yeah, great little addition, this one. And a close-up there of that rather large nose, if it is a nose. I'm not going to pass too much comment on the design of that nose. Let's move on swiftly. Yeah, and one with the faceplate closed there. Another one with some nice lighting going on in the background there, some sort of sourced, almost like he's in front of a fireplace. Looks beautiful. And what stands out to me here is the weathering on that helmet. Absolutely excellent. Looking brilliant. And another one of him as well there. Now let's talk dioramas. We've already covered most of the details here, but I chucked in some more of this exclusive diorama because it looks wonderful. Now, this seems to be resting on some kind of wooden table here. I don't think this is part of the diorama itself, but it's just to get a chance without the figures there to see that detailing in the background there, the cracks. and the weathering on the rock. I think it looks great and very, very good when it's lit like this. It's going to be a vlogger's dream, this one. I always say that, but this one, it most certainly. Shot of that diorama from the side there. Now we do have some lighting features in there, which we're going to get to, because this part is separate at the back there. Yeah, as you can see, LED light up effect here. Now I am assuming we're going to be, I'm hoping that this is not going to be battery powered, that this is going to be USB-C powered, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Not seen any mention of it. We've got the dimensions here of that diorama base. If you're planning on picking the big boy up and wanting to go off and measure up after this video, those are the dimensions. A shot of Jareth in the smaller of the two dioramas. Love that one. That's so mean and moody, that one, with him holding the cane. And then in front of the diorama itself with that separate section at the back there. So you've got this sort of section in the front and then the back section looking slightly darker there. Another great shot. A shot of the this is the accessories, the crystals, and the sort of stick that Jareth holds, for want of a better expression, and yeah, really nicely done. And we've got the hands. Now, obviously, we're looking at, well, 4 pairs of hands. I don't know whether that's all of them, or they've not counted the pound. I'm going to assume that's all of them. Excellent sculpting, as we've come to expect. Looks like real leather. Job done. Hands are always a winner with Kaustic Plastik. And we've got the crystals and the bracelet as well. And that pretty much is your lot, folks. That's the highlights of the multiple different versions of Kaustic Plastiks take on the Labyrinth, on Hoggle, on the Goblin Warrior, and on the Goblin King himself, Jareth. What are your thoughts on this? Are you a Labyrinth fan? Will you be going all in with one of the myriad of versions that Kaustic Plastik have dropped on us? Is it a no-brainer instant PO for you, or is it leaving you cold? Let me know in the comment section below. I will be fascinated to hear your take on this. Me, I have now got one of the biggest decisions to make that I had in a long, long time. As I mentioned at the top there, not the biggest fan of the movie at the time. However, I am a huge 1/6 scale fan, huge Kaustic Plastik fan, and I think we are looking at something quite unique, quite amazing, that may very well, will quite easily actually go down in the annals of 6 scale history. So I might have to go all in with this. I think I will be kicking myself if I miss it, but let me know your thoughts down below. And that about wraps it up for this this preview, folks. I hope it's been useful for you. What have we got coming up on the channel? Well, there's plenty more reviews and tours and showcases and previews, as I mentioned at the top there. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon. And I suppose all that remains for me to say is, from an exceptionally busy Mr. Go Figure over here at Chateau Go Figure, a huge thank you for watching as always, and until next time on the channel, take care of yourselves and happy collecting.